viewers, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to look at probability. Probability is the measure of likelihood of an event to occur. Therefore, probability helps us to predict events on the basis of either experience, experiment, or theoretical activities. Now, since probability helps us to predict events, we want to understand even in more details. With me, I have a coin here. It has two signs. The side with the tail and the other side with the head. Right? So it means that when I toss this coin, I either get tail or head. Right? So there are two possibilities that we are likely to get. The tail and the head. So, assuming now we want to get the tail and we want to predict what are the probabilities of getting the tail or getting the head. So that is what we are going to do today in this tutorial, and it will be very easy, so stay tuned. Okay, suppose we have an event E. So how are we going to get the probability of event E occurring? So in general, it doesn't matter what type of an event, but in general we say probability of E, any event, is equivalent to all possible outcome in favor of event E, all over total outcomes. So probability of any event is all possible outcome in favor of event E over total outcome, or divided by total outcome. Now in this case of a coin, we are either supposed to get a head or a tail. So if we were to find the probability of getting head, we are going to have all possible outcome that is in favor of the head, and we only have one out of the total possible outcome. So we have the head and the tail, two possible outcome. So the probability of getting a head when a fair coin is tossed is half. Okay, let us look at another more elaborate example. Find the probability of choosing a boy in a class of 20 girls and 15 boys. So if we let the number of boys be represented by letter B, then the probability of choosing a boy will be number of boys in that class over total number of students. So because we know the general formula of finding the probability of any event is all possible outcome in favor of that event all over the total outcome. So number of boys is 15. That is the possible number of boys. And then we have total number of students. The total possible number of students in that class is 20 plus 15. So in this case, the number of boys is 15, and the total number of students in that class is 15 plus 20, which will give us 35. Remember, we said answers should be given in their simplest form possible. So if we do the cancelling by 5, 3, by 5, 7, and we cannot cancel it any further, so the simplest form is 3 over 7. That is the probability of choosing a boy in a class of 35 students with the 20 girls and 15 boys. Let us look at this other example. A family of 2 sons and a daughter wish to sponsor only one of their children for Heartland. What is the probability of sponsoring a girl? So in this question, we are dealing with a family with the 2 sons and a daughter, that is one daughter, and they wish to sponsor one of their children. So only one child for Heartland. What is the probability of sponsoring a girl? Now we know that probability of any event is equivalent to the whole possible outcome in favor of event E all over total possible outcome. Now in this case, we are looking for the probability of the family of two sons and a daughter choosing a daughter for attending, or choosing a daughter to attend a Heartland. So the probability of choosing a girl, we are going to look at all possible outcome that favors the choice of a girl, and we know we only have the one girl, so we have number of girls all over total number of children in that family. So probability of getting a girl is the number of girls are 1, a daughter, and 2 sons. So we have a daughter and 2 sons, so it gives me a total number of children as 3. So the probability of choosing a girl is as simple as that. So what you need to note is that the probability of the formula of finding the probability of any event whatsoever should be all possible outcome in favor of that event all over total possible outcome. So I want us to look at a more elaborate and complex question in relation to this formula. A box contains X red balls and X minus 8 blue ones. The probability of drawing out a random red one is 0.75. Find the number of balls. So we know that the probability of any event is all possible outcome that favor E over total possible outcome. So in this case, we are told that the probability of drawing a red one is 0.7. So the probability, maybe you can use this part, the probability of drawing a red one, if we let R represent red balls, is equivalent to number of red balls over total number of balls. And the question we are supposed to look at, from this question, we are supposed to find the number of balls. Now, we know that we have been told that probability of getting red is equals 0.75. It is in decimal form. So I want to work with a fraction. So I'm going to change this one into a fraction. This one I will just simply do like this. Half 75 divided by 100. Maybe we can simplify it completely. We can have probably by 5, 1 because of 5, then we have 5 because of 25, by 5, this is 20, by 5 again 3, by 5 we have 4. So the probability of drawing a red ball is 3 over 4. So in fraction form, Probability of drawing a red ball is 3/4 or 3/4. Now, how do we arrive to 3/4? We know that probability of getting red ball 3/4, we got it by taking the number of red balls, which are x, all over the total number of balls. Total number of balls means red ball plus white balls. So red balls are x plus blue balls, which is x minus 8. So in short, this one we are going to get it as 3/4 is equals x over 2x minus 8. If I cross multiply, I will have 3 into bracket 2x minus 8 is equals 4x. When I remove the brackets, I will have 6x minus 24, which is equals 4x. This is x. This is x, guys. 4x. Now, if I put right terms together, so 6x, if this one crosses the other side of the equation, it becomes negative. So you have negative 4x. This one is negative. If it crosses to the other side, it becomes positive. And now 6x minus 4x is 2x is equivalent to 24. We are interested to find the value of x. So x is equals 12. So the question is asking, find the number of balls. These are the number of red balls. But we are supposed to find the number of balls. We know that total number of balls is x plus x minus 8. And what is our x when we substitute now? X is 12 plus 12 minus 8. So in this case we have 12 plus 12 minus 8 is 4. And finally we have 16. These are the total number of balls. As simple as that. As simple as that. This is where I want to wrap it up. I will see you in the next episode. Stay tuned. Soma kijana, masiku zazidi badilika kijana, wazuri wazidi kuzaliwa.